Hi, I'm Angela Mascaratolo, a reporter at SC Magazine. Today we're here with Suzanne Magee, CEO of Techguard. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Angela.
How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
So, Techguard works with government agencies a lot, and we're here to ask Suzanne if you can kind of give us an inside scoop into what government agencies are really worried about right now in terms of cyber threats.
I'd love to, Angela. It's not too much different from what a lot of the enterprises are worried about as well. But in particular, the government is concerned about the botnet and zombie attacks and denial of service, as well as the insider threat problem. Perimeters are pretty strong, but these kinds of attacks that are getting inside the network or consuming the bandwidth and denying access to resources, as well as the threat from those that already are privileged on the inside using the computer systems, those are the greatest threats to our cybersecurity right now in the government space.
Right. Okay. And so what are some of the countries that pose the biggest threat to the U.S. right now?
We seem to have a lot of activity from hackers in China and Russia and from some of the Eastern European countries. In particular, there has been activity in the past anyway from a country, Belarus, and they really have not, in the past they haven't cooperated particularly with the authorities in monitoring that sort of thing on a global scale. And there is quite a bit of money that can be funneled into a country these days. So you've got large groups of hackers that are really contributing to the gross domestic product within a country by hacking into U.S. banks, for instance. So there's less cooperation going on with authorities in order to prosecute those sort of things. In fact, at one point in Belarus, there were signs, I'd seen some pictures of them in a couple of years ago that say hacker crossing. So obviously, it's something that is very supported, and a lot of money is changing hands that way. So it's another way also to disrupt the confidence in the systems in the United States by hacking in, as well as taking information that resides in those systems. For instance, credit card data, we know that that's certainly a big thing. And maybe they're not personally trying to attack a person, but all they want is whoever's got an open computer system that they can get into and take the data. They sell those credit card numbers. They're quite valuable. And we know the result of that now, also with the identity theft.
All right. So then, worst case scenario, cyber attack against the U.S., what would it be?
It would be that it denies access for the critical systems that are controlling our military response, emergency responders, and then also it might be that they would take down, all the ATMs in the country, and so then you would have panic that would ensue amongst the people. That would be a worst case scenario.
Right. I mean, and it is scary. So switching gears a little bit, besides the large enterprise and the government organizations, you said that the SMBs are really at risk as well, and they might have a false sense of security because they have a firewall. But tell us why they shouldn't really be feeling secure.
Well, we've learned that inadvertently through social engineering, the hackers and the people that are putting the botnets and zombies out there and the phishing attempts can get people still to click on emails or to have traffic that will end up putting something inside of their systems. If you are compromised as a small, mid-sized business organization, you sometimes just cannot recover from that. It's so expensive to clean it up. One way to look at it now, and it's hard to do this just with a firewall, but it is to look at what do you want to be open to. So for instance, if Belarus is attacking networks and trying to get in and get all this information, then you need to think about, why do I need to be open to Belarus, for instance? So maybe a new paradigm in access control would be, what do I need to be open to? And then controlling your access by looking at regions and countries around the world, not to be protectionist and not to isolate ourselves, but just from a good business perspective. Websites might be a little more open to advertise, but then a lot of other assets within your network need to be locked down and maybe much more tightly controlled.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's a new approach.
Yes, it really is a new paradigm. Instead of just looking at what you're going to block, we're looking at who are you going to allow in that makes good business sense or that has some sort of practical value. Then you're not going to worry about all those other countries or malicious parties that might be trying to hack in and get your information.
Right. Okay. Well, Suzanne, thanks for speaking with us today.
You're very welcome, Angela. Thanks for caring about security.
And thanks to you for watching. Have a great day.